Hello everyone, welcome back. In our previous video, we have learned about the NLP pipeline and text pre-processing techniques such as tokenization, stop word removal, stemming and lemmatization. In today's video, we are going to study another important concept in NLP called part of speech tagging or simply POS tagging. So we will understand what POS tagging is, why it is important, where it is used, and finally implement it using Python in Colab. So let's begin with the definition. Part of speech tagging is the process of assigning a grammatical category to every word in a sentence. In simple words, the computer identifies whether a word is a noun, verb, adjective, pronoun, preposition, or another part of speech. If you provide one sentence, so based on this, it will give you one part of speech tag. That is the use of POS tagging. So let's look at the example given in the slide. The sentence is, the cat is sleeping. Now let's identify the role of each word. The is a determiner. It is represented by the tag DT. Cat is a noun represented by NN. Is a verb represented by VBZ. Sleeping is also a verb in its present participle form represented by VBG. So by assigning these tags, the computer understands not only the words but also their grammatical function within the sentence. So now you may wonder why this is important. So suppose we have the sentence book a ticket. Here the word book is used as a verb, but in another sentence the book is interesting. Here the word book is a noun. Although the word is the same, but its meaning changes depending on its grammatical role. So POS tagging helps the computer identify these differences exactly, helps the computers to understand the sentence structure and improves text analysis. It is used in many NLP applications. So let's look at some commonly used POS tags. The first one is NN, which represents a noun. Examples include student, computer, city, and teacher. Next is VB, which represents a verb or an action word such as read, write, eat, or play, like that. The tag JJ represents adjectives. These words describe nouns such as beautiful, intelligent, small, or large. The tag RB represents adverbs which describe verbs. Examples include quickly, slowly, and carefully. Next is PRP, which represents pronouns such as she, he, they, and we. The tag DT represents determinants such as the a and an. That is called DT. Next tag IN represents prepositions like in, on, under, and between. Finally, CC tag represents conjunctions such as and, but, and, are. Now look at the example sentence. The intelligent student answered quickly. Here the word there is a determiner. Intelligent. It is an adjective because it describes the student. And student is a noun. Student is a noun. Answered, that is a verb because it shows an action. Quickly, it is an adverb because it describes how the action was performed. There is a determiner. Intelligent is an adjective. Student is a noun. Answered is a verb. Quickly is an adverb. So by assigning these tags, the computer understands the grammatical structure of the sentence. So next we will move to the applications of POS tagging. So now let's see where POS tagging is used in real-time applications. The first application is chatbots. So when we ask a chatbot question, it identifies the important nouns, verbs, and other grammatical components to understand what the user wants. The second application is machine translation. When translating a sentence from one language to another language, Identifying the grammatical role of each word helps produce a more accurate translation. Another application is search engine. So when we type a search query, here POS tagging helps identify the important words so that relevant results can be displayed. POS tagging is also used in text summarization. This system identifies important nouns and verbs to generate a concise summary while preserving the meaning of the original document. Finally, it is used in voice assistants such as Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant. So these systems first identify the grammatical structure of spoken sentences before interpreting the user's request and providing an appropriate response. So, POS tagging plays an important role in many AI-powered applications that we use every day. So, next we will see in Colab how we can assign POS tag to words. So, now go to the Google Colab and see how POS tagging works. First, we need to import the package NLTK, that is Natural Language Toolkit. It is one of the most widely used Python library for natural processing. It contains all pre-processing techniques like tokenization, stemming, lemmatization, POS tagging, named entity recognition, and many more. So now let's run the cell. So once the installation is complete, we can start using the library. So it is completed. So next, we need to import the necessary packages. So the first one is for tokenization. Already we have done this. The second one, average perceptron tagger. It is a pre-trained model used by NLTK to assign part of speech tag. And the next one, we will be using a tokenizer also to tokenize this. So we will run this. So all the required resources have now been downloaded successfully. Now let's define a simple sentence. We store the sentence inside a variable called sentence. This is the text that we will use for today's demonstration. The intelligent student answered the question correctly. The print function simply displays the original sentence. Now let's run the cell. As you can see, this is our input sentence. The next step is to divide this into individual words. Here we used word tokenize function. It splits the sentence into individual words and also called tokens. The resulting tokens are stored in the variable tokens. So finally we will print the list of tokens. Let's execute the cell. See the output. The sentence has now been divided into separate words. Each word can now be processed independently, which is the first step before applying POS tagging. On the next one, we have used NLTK.POS underscore tag. It takes the list of tokens as input and automatically assigns a grammatical tag to each word. Finally, the result is stored in the variable called POS underscore tagging. So finally, we will print the tagged words. So let's run this cell. Just now, let's understand this output. Each item is displayed as a pair consisting of the word and its corresponding POS tag. For example, there is tagged as DT, intelligent is tagged as JJ, that is adjective, student is tagged as noun, answered is tagged as VBD, that is verb in the past tense, question is tagged as NN, again including a noun, finally correctly is tagged as a RB, which represents a adverb. So this clearly demonstrates how the computer automatically identifies the grammatical role of each word. This is called POS tagging. So although the previous output is correct, so it is displayed as a list of tuples. So to make the output easier to read, here we use a for loop. The loop processes each word and its corresponding tag one by one. Here the print statement displays them in a neat format with the word on the left and the POS tag on the right. So for that purpose, here we are using for loop. Now the output is much easier to understand. Each word appears on a separate line along with its POS tag. So this format is especially useful when you are analyzing the lengthy sentences. Next we'll move to the activity. So this program asks the user to enter any sentence. So the sentence is tokenized automatically. That's why we are given word underscore tokenizer. After that, the POS tagger assigns a grammatical category to each word. Finally, the program displays all the words along with their POS tags. So let's execute this program. So just I'm giving ChatGPT helps students learn NLP. Giving enter. To see this, ChatGPT is identified as a proper noun. Helps is recognized as a verb. Students is recognized as a plural noun. Learn is termed as a verb. And NLP is also identified a proper noun. So like this, the word will get separate POS tagging for each and every sentence. So this example shows how this NLTK can automatically analyze the grammatical structure of any sentence entered by the user. So here we have successfully implemented part of speech tagging using the NLTK library. So in this demonstration, we learned how to install NLTK and tokenize a sentence and apply POS tagging and interpret the resulting tags. So this technique is widely used in chatbots, search engines, machine translation, text summarization, and many other NLP applications. Now we'll return to the presentation. So let's summarize today's lecture. We have learned the POS tagging is the process of assigning grammatical categories. Next, we will go to the quiz. The question is, which POS tag represents a verb? So the correct answer is verb is VB, and here the question they had given it is noun, so it is NN. So we have so much of part of speeching is there, so we have separate phrase for everything. Here NN represents noun. And the next quiz is, which of the following is an application of POS tagging? So machine translation, chatbot, search engines, all are the applications of POS tagging. So the correct answer is all of the above. The next quiz is, identify the POS tag of the highlighted word. The sentence is, the intelligent student answered quickly. Here the question is, what is the POS tag of quickly? So we know that that is the adverb. Quickly means that is the POS of quickly is adverb that is represented by RB. So before concluding, we will see two more examples. So like for example one, the sentence is, the little boy plays football. Here the word POS tag is identified like the is the determiner, and little that is the adjective, boy is a noun, plays that is the verb, and football that is the noun. In this sentence, boy and football are nouns because they represent people or things. Little is an adjective because it describes the noun. Plays is a verb because it represents an action. And another example, She completed the assignment quickly. She completed the assignment quickly. Here, she is a pronoun, completed is a verb, assignment is a noun, and quickly is an adverb because it describes how the action was. So in this video, we have learned about the important concept of NLP, that is POS tagging. So how a sentence will be converted to the part of speech tagging. This is one of the important application in NLP. It is mostly used in almost all applications of NLP. So in next class, we will see some more core concepts in NLP. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for watching.